Candace Owens exposes the FEDS and Charlie Kirk cover up. Welcome to the show. Y'all already know how it go. Double tap the screen on the way in the dough. Okay. Now, we already know what we got going on this week. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. All right. We're going to unpack a lot of things today, man. Man, Candace Owens, like I told you, I don't think that she's going to slow down anytime soon, man. She's on fire right now. Candace Owens is not playing any games. She's accusing the feds of all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do have video of Kash Patel and all of this stuff that's, happening with him. Let's just put it that way, right? He's under a lot of flying. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right into the video. Double tap the screen on the way in the door. Answer the poll. Let's go.
I mean, it's just beautiful to really think about that. That he just blinked and
now she's talking about Charlie Kirk's wife, who did a big speech yesterday, going viral right now.
And then he was with the Lord, and it is just a fact that Charlie just loved the Lord. It was constantly, like I told you, going through the conversations and how much he would just say, "I need to pray about it. I need to pray."
Question of the day. What happened to that man? What happened to that man? He leaving crumbs everywhere, man. It's like going up in a spot and then coming out. I mean, going up in a spot with a mask like this. It's kind of see-through, but I'm going to let you know what I'm talking about in a few minutes.
About it. I need to pray about it, wanting to marry Erica. First thing he said, which I think I showed you guys last week. And Erica's correct. It is important to remember that message of forgiveness that we have within ourselves. And it sometimes feels very hard to do that, but we are called upon to forgive people, to forgive our enemies, even in moments that it seems impossible or extraordinary to do so. But it is also important. It's not really a but I want to assert that it is also important to remember that what Christ is, as I said at the top of this show, is truth, right? Christ is truth. And we are not getting the truth right now of what happened to Charlie Kirk on 9/10. And to be very clear, I am going to need it. I demand it. In fact, I'm now currently working on a minute-by-minute timeline, which I will have for you guys later this week, of what exactly happened.
They saying they didn't see no blood. They saying that there was no exit wound. A lot of things going on, but we don't like to delve into conspiracy theories. We do like to stick with the facts. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Africans, you know. Very important people. Double tap the screen, get the likes up. To question of the day. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to get in the poll today.
In the second.
Yes, Ross in the mother effing building.
Seconds and minutes following Charlie getting shot. I need to know. I need to follow bodies. I've already been able to, as I asked,
God protect Candace Owens, please. God protect this woman, because right now the target is on her head. Let's not make no mistakes about it. All right.
For the weekend, locate George Zinn in the crowd. It seems a bit suspicious to me how far he was, and then suddenly they take him through a pathway. I mean, that's him right there. Thank you to the person that sent this picture. But then I find him on video, and I'm trying to understand how he made it down the pathway and was taken through to the same area that they had just taken Charlie in the
Pay attention, y'all.
Car.
Obvious, salute. Brock, salute.
I have a lot of questions, and each and every one of them will be answered by the end of this investigation. And I also want to put it to you this way.
And one of the biggest reasons why I say that let's God protect Candace Owens is because the dude that they caught him on camera removing basically where Charlie was at, right behind him, there was a camera, right? So it would show what happened in the back. The dude that was pulling the camera down, they caught him on camera. Candace ends up knowing this dude. You know what I'm saying? So she reached out to him personally. If y'all was watching my video yesterday, y'all know what happened. But today, she's exposing messages and all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? She must be living in the house. You know that house that they had on the Purge? You know what I mean? Like, she must be living in some shit like that for her to be dropping all of this. Double tap the screen on the way in the door. If you're in the Trump train, spam the chat once.
So much more has come to light that I have not yet presented. I am working with other journalists, different aspects, asking them, hey, you look into this, I'm going to look into that. And
I don't think that she was invited to the Turning Point event. You know what I'm saying? I think she's going to speak about that.
The first thing that I think I should make abundantly clear is I am relieved that Erica Kirk is at the head of Turning Point.
Last thing, matter of fact, let's get the Trump train question out of the way, right? Let's say if you're a fan of Candace Owens, because we always get into arguments over her, right? If you're a fan of Candace Owens, type ones in the chat.
USA. Because just like I alluded to last week, and which I will double down on now, I believe that people within that company betrayed Charlie. Okay? That's just what I believe right now. And I want to make sure that I have these facts entirely on my side before I tell you guys more. I will say, if you are a rat on a ship, you should probably flee now.
Double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up. Go to the top right and hit 3 dots.
I recommend it. Anyways, you guys, on Friday, we did an episode. I want to be clear. I didn't think that that episode was going to have the reaction that it did, but I am grateful. We were unpacking the footage that was going viral of the guy that was taking down the camera, which was directly behind Charlie's head, a mere approximate 4 minutes after Charlie was shot. Everybody thought that it was very suspicious. I recognized the individual and reached out, had a conversation, saw the footage, and made the promise that I was not going to share it. Although I said to you, I encouraged them to share it. I believe that the reason everybody is a conspiracy theorist is because people don't share truth, right? Once you share everything, there's no room for conspiracy. And when I was sharing what I saw, I was doing so because I was just thinking that, this could help. Like, this can obviously remove people from their conspiracies. And then it kind of occurred to me that what I shared was a bigger deal than I had imagined by saying that I didn't see any blood. And that is a fact. I did not see any blood. In fact, the only blood that I did see at all.
That statement opened up a big can of worms with the fucking at the congressional hearing
about blood in the back was on Charlie's hand, on Charlie's left hand, which, as many people have been saying, means that the blood moved forward. We don't need to get into all of the gore. But what I didn't expect thereafter was for the Turning Point USA spokesperson, Andrew Colvett, to issue this statement as people were asking questions like, hey, how is that possible? How was there nothing in the back if this is the gun that was used? Andrew Colvett tweeted this over the weekend.
Hold up. The feds really think that the American people are really stupid. I'm telling you, watch how this plays out.
I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize that this is somewhat graphic. But in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet, quote, absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round.
If y'all smelling BS, I need y'all to put carrots in the chat.
I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc., end quote. And then, now this is Andrew, but it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone, referring to Charlie, was so healthy, and the density was so impressive that he...
I mean, look alive. Put carrots in the chat, because something definitely fishy about this shit. We're going down the rabbit hole. We're going down the rabbit hole.
Should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too. In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable and miraculous. End statement. Now, first, I want to say this because people were attacking Andrew Colvett immediately. I want to say that it is good to remember that this is Andrew Colvett's literal job, okay? He is a PR agent. He runs a PR company, and his job is to respond to online chatter and online questions. And sometimes it may not even be what you want to say. In fact, it should never actually, if you're good at your job, be necessarily what you...
Yeah, well, what does he mean that he's not going to entertain online chatter? Let me tell you something. In this day and age, if you don't entertain online chatter, they might end up you might end up with a Diddy situation.
Want to say. He also was very close to Charlie.
Or Epstein situation, which we're going to talk about in a little while, because I don't know, man. I don't even think that Trump likes Kash Patel.
So I would imagine that he's under a tremendous amount of pressure. The company is moving into a different direction. We are still just over a week after Charlie lost his life, and he has to be the messenger. Who is directing that message? We don't know, but his job can't be easy at this moment, okay? If I say to my PR agent, I want you to make this statement, he works for the company, my PR person just has to make the statement, okay? So I think I would like to just respond to what is being said objectively rather than to attack Andrew Colvette's character. That aside, the statement objectively feels to me like the manipulation of a Christian audience. Right? They know Charlie's audience is Christian. And therefore, what they're selling to us is...
This is why she's hot, talking like this.
You should believe. You're a believer, right? As a Christian, you believe in miracles, right? Like you believe in Christ and the miracles that Jesus performed, right? Well, then you should just believe this. There's something about that I don't like. I don't like that. I don't just, this was a miracle and that should just be the end and no more questions should be asked. Yes, the conservative base is filled with Christians, but also the conservative base is filled with a lot of hunters.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Who remembers this book, The Yellow Pages? Remember back in the day how easy it was? You would get a quarter-page ad, pay probably about $50,000.
How bad, y'all?
Okay. People that hunt and they know weapons and they know how weapons work and they know how weapons don't work. And this particular statement to me does not pass the sniff test. Now, again, when I shared that information, I had assumed they were going to say the angle went through this. I did not imagine they were just going to say that it was a miracle. Alex Jones immediately took to X Live. This began trending. The statement began trending, and he jumped onto X, and he responded to that statement saying this. Take a listen.
The spokesperson for TP USA just posted 2 hours ago that they talked to the coroner and that Charlie Kirk was shot with 30-06 in the left side of his neck, the carotid artery, and that he's a man of steel, and that the bones in his neck that are like chicken bones stopped a bullet that travels 2,500 feet a second out of the barrel at 200 yards, depending on the grain of the cartridge and the rest of it. Probably hit him at
fucking possible. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up, y'all.
1,900 feet per second. I've shot hogs at 500 yards, 30-06, right to the side. Tiny hole, blows a 4-inch hole out to the side. We're talking through 2 feet of a hog. Boom. Hit him in the head, brain completely blows out. They just said he got shot with a 30-06 and that it didn't go through.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to process. And here's the thing. If you were going to bring me to the argument that this truly was a miracle, it probably would not be in the midst of a circumstance where the feds are lying, right? That is like not now, right? Because it could be a miracle also that Tyler Robinson decided to take a break at Dairy Queen and issue some texts that sound like they were written in 1822, and tell every single, it could just be a miracle, right, for the feds and go through every single detail of exactly how he planned it, why he planned it, including his MAGA dad, who's been extra MAGA.
You know, we don't follow conspiracies, but if y'all smell bullshit, I need y'all to spam the chat with ones. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you a head start.
MAGA lately that he doesn't actually lived with, and nobody knows why the dad is extra MAGA lately, and explaining where to find the weapon and just a miracle that he happened to leave this letter that has since been disappeared. But they, he took a picture, his lover took a picture of it. It could just all be one.
His lover, AKA his roommate.
One big federal miracle. But I'm not inclined to believe that.
I'm just saying he was in the closet. Y'all know he was.
At this moment. Okay. I'm not inclined to believe any of this at this moment. And so we press on. Okay. And because Alex and many other people and hunters and
hold up, Alex Jones had a little bit more to say than that. Give me 1 second, right? Check this out, right? This is something I found early. We're gonna get right back to Candace. Double tap screen, get the likes up. If you're on the Trump train, spam the chat with ones. Go to the top right, hit the 3 dots. That's where you can subscribe at. But check this shit right here. 5 minutes ago, Alex Jones leaked the whole secret about Charlie Kirk. Now, this wasn't that video she was playing. All right, I need y'all to put your thinking caps on today, ladies and gentlemen. Trump train, type ones. Choo choo.
Take over Mormons internally. You got 30% of the CIA, FBI being Mormon, but they're not even really Mormon, you're saying. And then this deep state operation uses that because they have control of the narrative to then position him to be the VP for JD Vance. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. It's infiltration. It's not beating the Republicans. It's infiltrating the Republicans in a red state like Utah.
So when we look at the too many unanswered and illogical questions, he unassembled the rifle, then he reassembled it so it could be conveniently found in the woods. He leaves a total paper trail on Discord, but it seems to me like he's getting directives, instructions about what he should be doing. I've watched these videos again and again. Could it be, much like with JFK, that what we saw was not a shot from the front, but a shot from the rear, and therefore an exit wound, not an entrance wound in his throat? Pardon me if I don't believe that the government that still hasn't told us.
Hold up. I hope you know what The Rock is cooking. They're trying to say that it wasn't dude.
The full truth about JFK, still hasn't told us the truth of RFK, still hasn't told us the truth of Dr. Martin Luther King, won't tell us the truth about the attempted of Ronald Reagan, and hasn't told us the truth about the 2 attempts on Donald Trump. Now expects us just to believe, there's nothing else to see here. One shooter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now going down a rabbit hole. I need y'all to put the carrots in the chat.
From the roof. The government has never even put out a formal statement, a formal report on that attempt. What we have is a statement by Vice President George Bush saying that there was no conspiracy, that Hinckley Jr. acted alone. I can tell you this. Hinckley was crouching in front of Reagan at all times, yet President Ronald Reagan was hit from above and behind. I will prove it. Expert marksman Boone Cutler, who tragically passed away hours ago, 2 days ago, I guess less than 24 hours ago, a true warrior, a true patriot, a man who devoted his life to his fellow veterans, those suffering from PTSD and homelessness. He himself raised the question with me. He was an expert marksman. He knew more about shooting than anyone I know. He raised legitimate questions about what we have seen. Pardon me if I don't believe that the government that still hasn't told us the full truth. There's nothing else to see here. One shooter from the roof. The whole thing just makes very little sense. And then the Wall Street Journal, which used to be a great newspaper but is no longer, reports that there are markings on the shell casings that tie the shooter to the movement. But the FBI tells
Tyson said, release the Epstein files. Oh, baby, we're going to get to that because Kash Patel is fucking up.
us that the only marking they find has to do with it.
Subscribe to the channel. Go to the top right. Hit the 3 dots. We about to go down the rabbit hole, right? Ladies and gentlemen, right? I want y'all to double tap the screen and get the likes up.
Antifa. So again, too many questions, not enough answers. I'm not satisfied, not going to be satisfied until we learn a great deal more.
Well, I've had a lot of very famous snipers, well-known and off-record. They've looked at the footage, and they say that does not look like an exit would have been much larger, but you can see in some of the videos, but we're not sure where these came from. When you go to the raw videos, you can't duplicate it. How does an iPhone catch a rifle round coming in. High-speed cameras, digital cameras, could catch the 5.56 round going by Trump's ear and hitting him. You could see it as a streak. In the footage we just showed that we've tried to duplicate and can't find the original, or when we find what looks like the original, it isn't there. I'm really concerned that people are putting out some AI stuff. We need to find this because, again, how does an iPhone on blurry video catch a bullet?
It doesn't. All right, let's get back to this Candace Owens thing. You know what I'm saying? Double tap the screen, get the likes up. She's going viral, and she's going nuclear. I hope they don't try to do something to this woman, man, because the next shit that's about to come out of her mouth is very deep.
Conservatives were going, yeah, no. I mean, people were even posting videos of them shooting to show what that damage would be like. Kash Patel then made an extraordinary move, and I would say I would refer to this as a capitulation to online sleuths. He tweeted this. He wrote, as the director of the FBI, I am committed to ensuring the investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination is thorough and exhaustive, pursuing every lead to its conclusion. The full weight of America's law enforcement agencies are actively following the evidence that has emerged, but our efforts extend beyond initial findings. We are examining every facet of this assassination. We are meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location from where the shot was taken, the possibility of accomplices, the text message confession and related conversations, Discord chats.
Damn, we got 1,600 people, 100 likes. Come on, man. Not even 100 likes. Double tap the screen so you see the thumb pop up on your screen, or go to the top right and hit the 3 dots. That's where we at.
The angle of the shot and bullet impact, how the weapon was transported, hand gestures observed.
Let's go. We on YouTube. Y'all want me to play this through and not talk all over it? Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up.
As potential signals near Charlie at the time of his assassination, and visitors to the alleged shooter's residence in the hours and the days.
One second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Let's take a very quick commercial break.
Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is at an all-time high. Broke boys are on the rise. Pieces are not hitting, and the plugs have the same work.
One more.
Nigga chicken, nigga means love. I love everyone.
He's leading up to September 10th, 2025. Some details are known today, while others are still being pursued to
get the likes up,
to ensure every possibility is considered. Our primary focus is to complete this investigation and deliver justice. To protect the integrity of the investigation and subsequent prosecution, we cannot release every piece of information that we have to the public right now. We will ensure every question is addressed at the appropriate moment regarding specific details, such as questions about the plane that allegedly turned off its transponder after departing from an airport near the assassination site. We can share updates when answers are confirmed. After interviews with the pilot and consultation with the FAA, we determined the transponder was not turned off. Incomplete flight data in rural areas caused the apparent gap. The entire FBI mourns the loss of Charlie Kirk. We will not rest until justice is served, and our investigation into this assassination will continue until every question is answered.
We about to get on Kash Patel ass in a few minutes.
Okay, so first thing that I can very quickly debunk is when he says that they looked into the transponder thing, and yeah, we checked it out, and actually they just lost service. Okay, that disputes what the plane owner themselves, he identified himself, Derek Maxfield, and issued a long statement on Instagram where he said that they got permission to, turn off services, which are transponder services, and they got that permission from the air traffic controller. So it can't be both. It can't be, no, it never happened, they just lost service, and Derek Maxfield saying, no, we had communication with the ATC, which is air traffic control, and what we did followed guidelines. So that's already a problem. Secondly, saying that you're not going.
You said Russia's bots can't like videos, bruh. You think these are bots in the chat? They think that y'all robots in the chat, right? If you're not a robot, type ones in the chat, man. This man just came in and said there's a bunch of robots, which, you know, whatever.
Going to release information.
If you're not a robot, type ones in the chat, please. Let them see that you're a real person.
Because you want to protect the integrity.
Spam the fucking chat with ones. Make them look like just one city. Act like you don't got no fucking sense. Act like a one, you know what I'm saying, is a fucking the best steak that you ever tasted in your life right now. And double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. One the fuck out this chat.
Of the investigation, while also releasing those ridiculous text messages that looked like somebody was having fun on TikTok and making, you know, a ridiculous skit. I don't feel like the investigation has much integrity, or the feds in general have any integrity after you guys gaslit us about Jeffrey
One motherfucker. Salute to you.
Epstein. Okay. So
bless your heart.
If you want us to, or if you want to restore credibility to the feds, I would allow the mommy sleuths to take over. That's my opinion. I'd get in touch and allow the internet to do what the internet does, because now you're answering everything that we brought up. Not me, we. Because it is because of the entire...
Yeah, that's some leftist bullshit that they do over here, man. Continue with ones in the chat. Make them mad.
Entire world paying attention, sending tips. I'm grateful to God that I have a platform to be able to share that information and to encourage it. But this is just coming from regular people around the world. And now you guys are, it feels like playing defense because you have not been playing offense. So yeah, that would be my free advice. That's not going to be listened to. But while I have your attention, I do have a few more questions that could be answered, or maybe some leads that you guys could be exploring, if you will, because once we began learning about that house next door that's been vacant,
she about to fire Kash Patel ass up,
and is owned by UVU, and once we began looking into the witnesses and finding a common last name and looking into Caldera Engineering, as we did last week, again, not implying that they did anything wrong, just telling you factually that witness whose footage ended up in the hands of TMZ.
Hit the super chat. Once we meet the goal, I'll open up the panel. If y'all want me to open up the panel, hit the super chat, and whoever wants to come up on the panel and voice their opinion, they could.
He runs an engineering company that has a presence worldwide, and they specialize in making these valves. I started thinking, once people told me that valves historically have a connection to the government, and
if they harm this woman, America is going up in flames after that.
Deep state, about how important those valves were to warfare, because if you just want to shut down someone's pipeline, let's say you want to shut off water, or you want to shut off gasoline, yeah, it makes sense why the government would want to be controlling pipelines and valves. But anyways, I started to ask myself, oh, well, did anybody look into whether or not there was anything under Charlie Kirk when he was shot? Right? Because if we aren't accepting the narrative that that particular gun at that distance didn't pass through, and yet for whatever reason the feds scrambled to repave that area, maybe, as some people have speculated,
somebody said light-skinned people have a better chance to survive. Is America racist? Yes or no? Get in the poll.
He was shot from a closer distance.
My brother Mike Ascari in the building. I keep at the salute. Salute to all the moderators. You know what I'm saying? Is America fucking racist? I mean, put it out there, bro.
They're wondering, was there an access point to any?
Some. It ain't that racist to me. It don't stop me.
Valves. Were there any pipelines that could have been under Charlie? And as it turns out, I looked at some old pictures of where he was sitting, and there was a massive pipeline that was almost exactly behind where Charlie was sitting. Here's that maybe it's a water pipeline. I don't know, but there it is under the flag. And to your right, I went into my tips line and I saw that somebody had messaged me about this.
So let's answer this. Buckshot assassins, right? I catch certain certain comments, right? I want y'all to take a look at this comment. It says she was such good friends that he distanced himself from her when she took the buy off from the Democrats to stop exposing Kamala. That's alleged. You know what I mean? And I could answer that, but I'm not. I just want the people to see stupidity.
more than one person messaged me about this. They're like, hey, yeah, there's like a whole underground thing there. And to your right, you're observing those two little boxes. And they told me that that was a trap door. Now, I'm not implying someone, popped up and shot Charlie.
That's every day said, I don't care if it's racist or not. It ain't stopping me.
But that's a close-up of that area. I'm just implying that there's an entire underground there.
Goofy. I'm watching the comments. Play stupid games, receive stupid rewards.
And I remember when I looked at the footage, I felt like it was coming.
There was a hatch up there open. Why would he be scrambling down the side of the building?
Up. I don't know any.
Thinking caps, people. If you're on that Trump train, type ones in the chat. Make the leftist lunatics mad.
Anything about ballistics. I'm not an expert. But if there was a hatch door nearby, then we can assume, as we should always assume with colleges, obviously stadiums, there's always an underground path. So I'm wondering if the federal government has explored the possibility that's
Brooklyn, I'm just clapping at you, man. Thank you for, what I'm saying? Excuse me. I'm not mad, right? Don't be scared, to voice your opinion. As long as they don't shoot you, you know what I mean? You good, man. We accept the other. I mean, if you're not on the Trump train, type twos. Who cares?
Somebody could have been under Charlie and done that while everyone's looking around and thinking that a shot went off from here. If that was just maybe like decoy number 2, and actually Charlie was
subscribe to the channel, go to the top right, hit the 3 dots.
Shot from beneath him, which then could maybe explain why there was no exit wound. Again, I'm theorizing because I have a right to.
Kid Evil, see, I sound goofy and you sound banned from this channel. Bye.
I have a right to think. And that is interesting to me. Where does it go? Where do the tunnels underneath UVU lead to, right? That's an interesting question. Maybe everyone's looking up when we should be looking below, right? Maybe we should be looking below if there is this interest in pipelines. And I saw that actually where he was sitting, there's a whole irrigation system that's managed by the university. And so there's definitively stuff beneath Charlie.
You know what I'm saying, Rusty?
Again, I don't know anything about ballistics.
I'm gonna tell y'all, let me just show y'all something real quick, right? This was an ugly ass motherfucker. Here we go. We have a video of this guy, right? Body cam footage of the killer. Okay, check how like these dudes, these killers, man. And I know they be so unassuming. You wouldn't think they would fucking, harm a throw rice at a wedding.
Who's the driver? The driver?
Yeah. It's the killer right here. That's him on the left, man. Super humble. Looks almost soft.
Can you tell me this really quick?
Stop making, shut up. No, see, you can say whatever you want. You can't tell me shut up. Can somebody block that person?
What happened? I was coming this way and he was just passing through and he pulled out from here, or no, from there, I think.
BCD says definitely don't seem like a 30.
Do you remember which lane you were in? I was in one of those 2 lanes going this way. I think in the right, in the rightmost lane coming this way. Okay. And he would have been there going left. And as I was coming through, he turned in and I T-boned into the side. Okay. Do you remember looking at the...
I doubt he did it too. You Israel? Yeah. Excuse me. I don't think he did it. You know what I'm saying? It was too much stuff. We've been covering this for a whole week. And it almost seems like they just picked somebody out. Like they sourced him and picked him out. And the person that really did this, you heard what Alex Jones and Candace Owens are saying.
Who's the driver? The driver? Yeah. Can you tell me just really quick what happened? I was coming this way and he was just passing through and he pulled out from here, or no, from there. I think. Do you remember which lane you were in? I was in one of those 2 lanes going this way. I think in the right, in the rightmost lane coming this way. Okay. And he would have been there going left. And as I was coming through, he turned in and I T-boned into the side. Okay. Do you remember looking at the light? Yeah, it just turned yellow as I was getting into the end.
This kid did not do that shit, man. If y'all believe that this kid did not do that, right? Type ones in the chat for that, man. Ones in the chat if y'all don't believe he did it. We don't know enough yet, but our spidey senses is kicking in, huh? It seems like they barking up the wrong tree, y'all.
Gotcha.
Okay. He's pretty quiet. Y'all seen the hearing with him? It looks like he's doped up. Funny how Epstein loses his life. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Sabi loses. It's a lot of shit going on. But let's just unpack it.
Are either one of you injured in any way, shape, or form? No, nothing hurts. Okay, do you have your registration and proof of insurance on your vehicle?
I see some twos. I see some ones in the chat. You know what I'm saying? One, bro.
Same address. This way, he's a passenger.
Okay.
His insurance.
Martin Luther King, JFK.
His mom's on the way. He doesn't have a copy right now, right?
Okay. That'll work out. I'll just go ahead and.
Right, don't act like that dope don't play a big part in, you know what I'm saying, the government. Don't act like Pearl Harbor when they found those planes that was crashed. When they looked in it, a lot of those planes had these little red tin cans, and guess what was in those tin cans? Red pills. It was fucking LSD. You know what I mean? The shit that y'all calling Molly and bath salts today, they gave them that, because how else in the world? Nobody's that patriotic in the world. Your first inclination is never to kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that they're taught to do and doped up. You know what I mean? Like, serious, y'all. I want y'all to pay attention, man. Like, there's not that many coincidences in history, as you can see from the chat. People saying JFK, MLK, you know what I'm saying? Everything with the LK getting smashed out, all right? And they always find some zombie-ass dude, you know what I mean, to throw everything on. Motherfucker ain't got no life. He's messing around with a trans room that he's scared to announce his sexuality because he's calling the transgender dude that's living with him his roommate. Come on, bro. That's closet activity. This was a young boy, man. And now he up in that joint. He behind him, you know what I'm saying? He behind the wall. You don't know what they feeding him and what they doing to dope him up. It wouldn't surprise me if they say that he unalived himself real soon. Now, this right here is Kash Patel getting his ass handed to him again. Look. We about to go nuclear on him. Before we go any further, subscribe to the channel. Go to the top right, hit the 3 dots. That's where it's at. But what was in those suicide pills? LSD? You know what I'm saying? Or what's your name? I can't see your name. Whatever your name is. Peter? Oh, she's nasty. This is Miss Crockett trying to get at Kash Patel. Here we go. Is America racist, man? Answer the poll. Share the video. So she's speaking up for all black women. She's basically saying all black women don't feel safe. And y'all know I'm no big fan of Kash Patel, but why they always pulling a race card, man? For real, for real. I understand that might be a fact for you, but why are we pulling a race card right now? Oh boy. Death rest. They try to unalive the president twice. Oh, here we go with this bullshit. Here we go. She's fly though. She look what I think she thinks she Mary J. Blige or one of them, right? No video? What happened? Oh, it's not playing? What, the video wasn't playing? My bad. I don't know.
Without objection. Can
y'all see that now?
In addition, there was another one from a.
How far do I gotta go back? Hey, salute, Zero. Do you see the video now? That's probably why everybody was gone. I didn't even know.
Except for the white supremacists, because I specifically.
All right, let me stop sharing for 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this up. Damn commercial. Yeah, we're in the shorts feed, so okay. All right, so it's back up.
As a black woman, definitely don't feel.
Oh, you didn't hear none of it? Okay.
Gentleman yields back to the lady from Texas to recognize.
Man, oh man, there has been so much.
I hope Crockett is not raising young men. I hope the same thing
Today, and I truly
thank you in the chat for alarming me.
Don't know where to start. So I'm just going to make sure that we start off with a few facts. So a couple of facts that we need to make clear for everyone is that, number one, Director Christopher Wray, when he was appointed to be the head of the FBI, was appointed by Donald Trump. Now, I will agree that I definitely take issue with a number of decisions that Donald Trump makes, especially when it comes to the people that he decides to appoint to very important positions, including this one, because I did have to make.
Hey, DT, you're up out of here, man. Don't curse in my chat. You can say whatever. Oh, shit. I think I shot the wrong person.
Sure that I wasn't going crazy. But when I say that you are the least qualified FBI director in the history of the FBI, that is real.
She talked to him real spicy.
Because you are the only one that never even served with the FBI prior to joining. Yet we are supposed to believe that you were the greatest thing.
Oh, Robin, I was watching this right here.
Since sliced bread, I didn't ask you a question. Now, what I want to go through is to talk about why you are a failure and why, honestly, we just need to tell you bye-bye. I know that you got a little upset and you put on your show for your boss because it seems like you're trying to save your job when it came to talking to Senator Booker yesterday. But let's go through some of your failures. So before you were even confirmed, and I think one of my colleague from Georgia, pointed out that you are already targeting career officials so that you could direct illegal firings. Mind you, these cases.
How could he direct illegal firings? These people are fucking amazing, yo.
That you were so upset.
The language is just impossible.
Upset about, which are the ones tied to Trump. The cases came through his handpicked FBI director. And frankly, when people sit around and say things like, oh, we're happy because now we feel safe. I don't know who feels safe in this country except for the white supremacists, because I specifically as a Black woman definitely don't feel safe. And frankly, my colleagues have been real nice to you today, and I applaud them, but I don't have the same demeanor because I know that multiple colleagues on this side of the aisle have faced death threats. In fact, somebody tried to kill one of my colleagues, and frankly,
that's what I'm saying. They try to take president out twice, right? And she's talking about what colleagues they try to take out.
I don't know if this FBI or under your leadership, if those people would have been caught. I don't have any confidence in you. And if we
fucking circus
start talking about the reasons that I lack confidence, we could.
I'd rather watch the Senate hearing than watch Jerry Springer. I'm serious. I'd rather watch this shit than wrestling. You understand me? Because this is
start with you not just wanting to acknowledge.
This is after this is over. They all go have a drink with each other and sniff coke off each other's back.
Simple facts. Simple facts like the vast majority of the threats are coming.
Mark, I have to keep pausing it because I will get a copyright strike for just stealing somebody's content. This is reaction. There's a certain amount of time that you have to pass and you have to interrupt the video.
From right-wing extremism. And I know my colleagues have tried to stress this, but I decided that I would maybe do it in a different way.
Well, there's a lot of people that come for money that try to act ratchet.
Number one, I have a couple of UCs. Kim Buck, one of multiple Republicans receiving death threats for voting against Jim Jordan as House.
And I'm not confusing that with passionate. I'm talking about ratchet. We've covered Ms. Crockett plenty on this channel.
Speaker.
Without objection.
Another one, Republican lawmaker says she received death.
Linus, you didn't start watching this to hear me talk. This is my channel. You know what I'm saying? Swipe. All right. I'm gonna put you on timeout for 86,000 seconds.
Threats after voting against Jim Jordan in speaker's race.
By the time you add that up, I'll be off of this.
Without objection.
In addition, there was another one from another colleague who now is leaving Congress because they said that they were calling his wife anonymously and threatening her life to the extent that she ended up sleeping with a firearm.
Without objection.
Okay. So here's the deal. How are we supposed to have confidence when you're sitting up here telling the Senate yesterday that it will take you 14 years before?
Mo Ace, someone send me a donation. I'm struggling female that's homeless from Cincinnati, and I'm truly praying for a better outcome. Go look at our channel before I shoot this person. You know what I'm saying? Because if they got a real channel, let me look at that. Because they said they're in Cincinnati. This sounds like a lineup. Thugs, rats, TV.
Or you can get the FBI fully staffed to do their jobs. You're also now redirecting.
Cash App is there, though. You know what I'm saying? If y'all just want to donate, you know what I'm saying? If y'all feel good about that, go ahead.
Resources so that they can go and play ICE agents on the streets. You're getting rid of your most qualified people. And even when it came down to somebody,
you never know. There was times where I used to get on here and give away $1,000. Anybody need money? Anybody Cash App pop up? I'll bless them. You know what I'm saying? So people just got it. Motherfucker might just need $5 just to get them somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what $5 could do for you, but you never know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check that channel out though.
That you consider
if it's a brand new channel and we don't know it, then we're not giving them shit because that means that they're scamming.
To be your friend, you were posted up having some fancy dinner to the extent that you posted not only once erroneously, you posted twice erroneously as it relates to catching somebody, and then you want to go and say, let me take a victory lap, because honestly, if it wasn't for parents deciding that they were going to turn in their child.
Where you at in Cincinnati? You know what I'm saying? Where you at in Cincinnati?
It seems like y'all wouldn't have got there, even though he literally confessed online. So I'm confused about what it is that the FBI is doing, except for trying to put on a show for The Apprentice, or
vacuums broke. Suck the dirt up,
or whatever you want to call him. The day
Kash Patel's lips.
After all of this took place, there was domestic terrorism that was taking place at HBCUs. They were targeted. Yet I didn't.
I'm in OTR. Salute.
hear anything from the FBI about what was going on. And again, Black people kept saying, how did we end up in this? Because the numbers are so very clear that white supremacy is a problem. And honestly, I've not heard anything out of you today that makes me believe that you're going to do anything about the white supremacy problem, the one that is leading to children being killed, children being shot, as well as members of their community as they're worshiping in their churches.
The time of the gentlelady has expired. If the gentleman would like to respond to any of that. Well, I mean,
Give me a second. I'm loading something up.
I'll respond. Kash Patel, as I said when I introduced him, public defender, former prosecutor, top staffer on the House Intelligence Committee, Deputy Director of National Intelligence with the National Security Council, Chief of Staff at the Department of Defense. And
my bad, y'all. It's StreamYard fault, not mine. All right, double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. All right, let me reload this. Check it out. Let me get off of this real quick. Man, StreamYard's a yash sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everybody that's here right now. We just started, man. I'm about to go and dig up some dirt. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of dirt to dig up. I'm not gonna lie to you people, man. And you people, what I mean by use people, I mean use people. Yeah. Let's get it together. Is America racist? I think that we do. It does have some pockets of racism, but I do believe also strongly that America, the government especially, uses this racist narrative to basically to get you so fucking wrapped up into your feelings of the racism or things you see or whatever, and it basically just stops you from being able to think. You know what I'm saying? And then also make effective decisions for your family. You know what I mean? You be so caught up in all this makeup shit, you know, you forget what's right in front of you.
thank you. That'd be important. I appreciate that. I yield back. Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from Washington's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Patel, before you joined the FBI, you had very strong opinions about what the FBI was hiding regarding Jeffrey Epstein. In a September 2023 interview with Glenn Beck,
this one's going to get ratchet, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Put your seatbelts on.
you said the Black Book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. In December 2023, you said, let us know who the pedophiles are. Even for a short time after becoming FBI director, in February of 2025, you tweeted, quote, there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, no stone left unturned. In June, you told Joe Rogan, quote, we've reviewed all the information. We're going to give you every single thing we have and can. But then suddenly in July, everything changed. You and Attorney General Pam Bondi released one
I don't like her either.
video and said that there was nothing more to see. Your July memo says you uncovered more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence, but that you had decided no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. That is a quote. I think what happened, Mr. Patel, is that suddenly you discovered that Donald Trump's name was all over these files, and you started a giant cover-up. So you are under oath, Mr. Patel.
And God bless his heart. Poor fucking Kash. They just throwing him to the wolves daily.
You just testified to Mr. Swalwell that you did not speak to the president about the Epstein files. To your knowledge, did Attorney General Pam Bondi speak to the president about what was in the Epstein files?
I can't speak for Attorney General Pam Bondi.
So to your knowledge, you don't have any information. The question was, do you have any knowledge? Do you have any knowledge?
I can't speak.
You are refusing to answer the question. So let me tell you that the Wall Street Journal reported that in May, Bondi told Trump that he was in the Epstein
them fucking Democrats always got their panties in a bunch.
Files, and at the same meeting said that the DOJ did not plan to release the files. Yesterday, you testified to Senator Kennedy that there was, quote,
double tap the screen, get the likes up. That makes the reception better.
No credible information that Epstein trafficked girls to anyone else, and that you have, quote, continuously and publicly asked the public to come forward with more information.
My bad, y'all. A lot of people voted today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you let me just look at like what they saying with this thing. Let me tally it up real quick. We have the question is, how racist is America? And it says, you know, some people say, you know, 40. I don't know if these are the current votes because I can't really refresh the screen right now. But it says a lot of people, 40% from what I'm saying, says it's a little bit racist, but, you know, manageable. 39% says it's really racist. And staggering 21%, which is almost 200 and something people said no Diddy. You know, continue voting, man, and get the likes up. Double tap the screen or go to the top right and hit the 3 dots. That no Diddy thing. I don't know who put that there. It's uncanny.
And we'll look into it.
Treacherous.
Today, in response to Mr. Massey's question.
Yeah, I got to get my staff together, man, because they racist and stuff. They play stuff like this. What happened? Can you still hear me? Testicles, 1 2. Testicles, 1 2. I wonder if y'all can hear me, man. Let me take another quick commercial break and check.
Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is at an all-time high. Broke boys are on the rise. Pieces are not hitting and the plugs have the same work.
What?
I was trying to find some blow. Here's the fucking blow. Here's the fucking blow, baby. Here's the fucking blowout, dude. Get high, baby.
Don't tell me what to do, okay?
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Last one, right? And if you don't agree.
Nigga, you gay.
All right, let's get back to the show, man.
You appear to say that the survivors were not credible. These are survivors.
That's not at all what I said.
Okay, great. I'm going to ask
Like, how have I been crossing every line possible on YouTube and they still pay me?
you this in a second, but let me tell you about the survivors and let's bring them up here into the room. These are women who came to
Nigga, I'm unhinged. And I do want y'all to subscribe to my other channel. It's called the harderrecords.com.
the Hill and testified that they were groomed.
It ain't no AI, Brian. AI don't talk this good. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no AI.
And raped at the age of 14 and 16 years old, and they called to meet with the president and to meet with the FBI and to have people investigate their claims.
Come on, man. Y'all, you know what? This is one thing I don't like, man. Y'all acting all innocent. Don't act like y'all ain't out here partying
I was
like
trying to find some blow. Here's the fucking
up in the shit dancing like this.
A lot of dudes in my city, they ain't saying nothing. A lot of records from here, they get no play. And these niggas don't get a dance so you get no pay.
Them drugs be turning these young black kids zesty. Word up, man. They can't wait to go get a lavender Glock. You know what I'm saying? With a purple switch on it. Yo, listen, let me tell you why and something, right? If y'all ever make a mistake and gun me down with a pink Glock, right? I'm gonna haunt your little ass.
Some of them have never
And your whole projects. Double tap the screen.
testified before. If you are so interested in getting the public to submit any information, why have you not met with them? You said you haven't met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
Subscribe to the channel. She's talking to him like they got relations, if you understand what you understand that.
My job as the FBI director is to
Is the
invite all
answer yes or
investigative
no
leads.
to whether or not you met with these women who were sexually abused?
Damn, what the hell happened to her? Lord. What the hell happened to her? What crawled up in your ass and died, sweetheart? And this is why I say them the leftist lunatics. That's why they came over with the right. What they call it? What they call us? Something right. I don't know. Yo, man. Yeah, I think she got panties with the penis holes in it.
And raped
Any insinuation by you or any
What
people
is
on
the
your
end?
side that I am not manhunting child predators and sex traffickers, just look at the
Mr.
stats.
Patel,
And you talk
Mr.
about
Chairman,
cover-ups, man.
Mr. Chairman,
you
this
talk
is
about
my time,
cover-ups.
and I will take
Why
as much time as
where
This shit be niggerish as possible, bro.
were you during the
Instruct
Obama
the
and
witness,
Biden
Mr.
administrations
Chairman.
when these so-called
Instruct the
cover-ups were
witness.
going on?
Mr.
Why did
Chairman.
anyone in those administrations talk to any of these
Mr.
purported
Salute, Randy.
witnesses? I have
some regular order,
every
Norman.
single person to provide credible information.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Washington.
And I'm going
When
to
you-
take
when
another
you
couple
accuse
of
the
minutes.
witness of something, he's allowed to respond. That's how it works. You say
Listen,
something,
he didn't even, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, you have always been
Thank you. Let the motherfucker talk. Put a muzzle on her.
fair, but this
And
is
I'm
not
being
fair.
and you will get
No,
your.
this
you will
is
get
my
your time,
and he
You will give the
said
gentle
that the
lady an
witness.
This is who's running our country, though, y'all. When I clown these people, man, both sides, because I know Trump is not happy with this guy. Why do you think they keep throwing him to the wolves? Not that it's just his job. I mean, they could do a couple of little things, you know what I'm saying? To get him away from the camera, but he's looking so bad on camera, bro.
Witnesses were not credible.
seconds of time.
I'm going to
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, right? You think this shit was something? Let's finish this off.
get an additional minute of time because
No,
that's
you'll
how
get
much
what
time
you
he
won't get a
took.
minute. You'll get some seconds. What we think is under 5 minutes. You don't get to demand how
Mr.
much time you
Patel.
get. That's not how it works.
Mr. Patel, are the victims of the Jeffrey Epstein horrific trafficking ring, are they credible?
Any person with information about ongoing sexual trafficking.
I'm asking you if they're credible.
Ma'am, I'm
Are
commenting
they
on the
credible?
evidence we have.
But
And we have routinely asked for people to come forward with more evidence, and we will look at it. And the evidence that we have was the same evidence that the Biden and
Patel.
Obama Justice Departments
Mr.
had.
Patel,
And they
this is
determined,
new.
not me, they determined
Mr.
that information was not
Mr.
credible.
Chairman, he's not letting me even ask my questions.
You
This
ask
is
the
ridiculous.
question.
Nerve.
Questions. He gives an answer. You may not like what he says,
No,
but that
I'm
doesn't mean
asking.
you get to
He's not
interrupt
answering
him.
my question.
Mr. Chairman,
have
could we
any-
restore the gentlelady 45 seconds so she
We
can
will give
complete
her
her question?
additional 30 seconds, which is what I said
I'm going
earlier.
to keep taking my time
No,
because
you'll take
here's
the time
thing.
that you get.
You
get
are
30
not
seconds.
Oh, this is ratchet.
answering the
This
question.
is who's running our country. These are the people that's putting the laws in place.
The question
I
is,
have, you just don't like the
these
answer.
women, are these women
And I swear they dress so nice, these elected officials. bro.
credible? It's a yes or no answer.
I have answered the question.
Well,
and I
what is
keep
the
telling
answer?
you, I'm the only FBI director that has welcomed new information in this case. This
You're not-
administration is the only one that has welcomed any new information in this
Is there
case.
a yes or no to
Present
whether the
new credible
victims are
information.
credible?
Present new
Are
information.
the victims credible
The victims-
or not?
I'll tell you what happened in the last Trump
Are they
administration.
credible or not? You
SP in the building. Tavon, salute. I ain't been on this channel in a while, but we out here.
Can't even
Victims
say-
credibly came forward, and you know what happened? President Trump authorized the indictments of
President
Jeffrey
Trump
Epstein,
called
not
them
Biden.
Ratchet. You don't know what I don't know what I'm talking about, Marianne. It is ratchet. You don't think that this is ratchet? The people that's running our country is sitting up here talking over each other. This is why I rarely let people up on the panel with me, because I love talking too much, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You have to let the man answer a fucking question before you start. Okay, check it out. We're going to move back a little bit. I want y'all to count in the chat how many times she cuts him off before he can complete a fucking answer. Count in the chat how many times she cuts him off.
Yesterday, you testified to Senator Kennedy that there was, quote, no credible information that Epstein trafficked girls to anyone else, and that you have, quote, continuously and publicly asked the public to come forward with more information, and we'll look into it. Today, in response to Mr. Massey's question, you appeared to say that the survivors were not
You said it's a yes or no question, right? Let's go.
credible. These are survivors.
That's
These-
not at all what I said.
Okay, great. I'm going to ask you this in a second, but let me tell you
Okay, well,
about
then
the
don't lie about
survivors, and let's bring them up here
Exactly. I'm glad he's cut a stupid ass off. You want to know why? Because it's a fucking loaded question. All right.
into the room. These are women who came to the Hill and testified that they were groomed and raped at the age of 14 and 16 years old. And they called to meet with the president and to meet with the FBI and to have people investigate their claims. Some of them have never testified.
Okay, Marianne, we're going to wait and see for her to ask him a question and see. Let's see the result of her asking him a question. Double tap the screen, get the likes up. Salute to Marianne.
Before, if you are so interested in getting the public to submit any information, why have you not met with them? You said you haven't met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
My job as the FBI director is to invite
Is the answer
all
yes
He's trying to clarify whether oh my God.
or no to whether or not you met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
My job as the FBI director.
It's not his job to meet with them. Why would he meet with them? This is what he's trying to explain.
Is to
Is the answer yes or no to whether or not you
like you slapping your hand and asking me, did you take your garbage out? Okay, well, normally I take my garbage out on, did you take the garbage out? I'm going to let you know something. My son is in charge of, did you take the garbage? No.
Met with these women who were sexually abused and raped.
But look, these people are trained to dodge questions that's loaded, though. You know what I'm talking about? Let me just keep it real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and see, Marianne, this is not ratchet.
Any insinuation by you or any people on your side that I am not manhunting child predators and sex traffickers, just look at the stats and you talk about.
He is dodging that question like a. He's dodging that shit. I wonder why, though.
Cover-ups, man.
Mr. Chairman,
you
this
talk
is
about
my time,
cover-ups.
and I will take
Why
as much
you
talking about cover-ups, man? Come on, man, sweetie. How about a commercial break? Oh, being that we're bullshitting each other.
Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is at an all-time high. Broke boys are on the rise. Pieces are not hitting, and the plugs have the same work.
Oh, chat! Double tap the screen, get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? It's getting funky outside. You know what I mean? This is ratchet. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, Marianne. These are the people that's controlling our country. You telling me they can't conduct a fucking conversation without all of this? Me, I'm Mac Me by default, man. Shout outs to John Smith. Ain't no way, ain't no telling how I'm gonna talk to you on YouTube, but these people are running our fucking country for crying out loud. It's ratchet.
Where were you during the Obama,
My opinion.
Biden administrations when these so-called cover-ups were going
blah, 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 blah. I wish she'd come up just so I could do that to her, Sean.
on? Why did anyone in those administrations
theatrical politics, Antonio says. The Jerry Springer show. That part.
To any of these purported witnesses.
Enjoy the shit show, bro. All right. Guess what was going on when the Titanic was sinking? Huh? It was fucked. The orchestra was playing. They was playing, bro. Oh yeah, they was partying. This is ratchet. Okay? My kids can have a better conversation than these people.
I have some regular order, every single person to provide credible information.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Washington.
And I'm going to take another
you
couple
accuse
of
the
minutes.
witness of something.
Sorry, let me take a break, man. I'm gonna let y'all know something. I'm far from a racist, right? Somebody said that, right? This is a racist show. I'm just a hardcore conservative, right? I love all races, right? Reminds me of the conversation I was having with Raymond Liu, right? Now, Raymond Liu is a Chinese man. You know what I'm saying? Why? My best friend is eats Raymond
Nigga
soup.
chicken, nigga. Nigga means love. I love everyone. Gang, gang.
Stop doing that back there, man. I don't know why they ain't in bed.
Who are these niggas? Who are these niggas? Who are these?
Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is at an all-time high. Broke boys are on the rise. Pieces are not hitting, and the plugs have the same work.
Gotta get it together, man. They gotta get it together, man. I'm trying to get it together, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the white man, though. All right. Subscribe to my other channel. You know what I'm saying? Hard ER Records. You know what I'm saying? That's a Hard ER Records. You know what I mean? And my clothing line, White Pride Apparel, WHYTE, and I own it with Dirty Kenzo. He's a Caucasian man from I think from Philadelphia.
He's allowed to respond. That's how it works.
Listen, he didn't even, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, you have always been fair, but this is not fair.
You will get
no, this is my time, and he said that the witnesses were.
I know how they act.
I was trying to find some blow.
They was partying, man. That's what they do. Just like the prosecutor and the lawyer gets together after, you know what I'm saying? After your ass is convicted, you know, they make deals. What do you think the money is for? You greasing they. I mean, listen. Let me explain something, right? If a lawyer charges you $50,000 or $5,000, right? Let's say it's you know the case requires this amount of research and time consumption. I mean, time. You know, you got to allocate that time to it, right? But the lawyer just makes fake numbers up. The lawyer makes numbers up that's going to be able to pay off the other motherfuckers on the other side. Don't act like these people don't, you know, have drinks with each other right after this is done. You know what I'm saying? Democrats and Republicans. They're not separate. We the ones that separate. The country is separate while they up there showing you their true self. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. When all else fails, let's just, you know, let's not articulate ourselves anymore. Let's act crazy. Salute to Africa. I'm sorry. We passed an hour, so you know, I'm trying to find God.
God in your life.
Feel me. Trying to get it together. You know what I'm saying? If they acting like this, what I'm saying is that one can lose hope.
Not credible.
Seconds of time.
I'm going to get an additional minute of time because that's how much time
you won't get a minute. You'll get some seconds. What we think is under 5 minutes. You don't get to demand how much time you get. That's not how it works.
Mr. Patel, are the victims of the Jeffrey Epstein horrific trafficking ring, are they credible?
Any person with information
Bobby Salam Sheikh
about ongoing sexual trafficking.
I'm asking you if they're credible.
Ma'am, I'm commenting on the evidence we have. We have routinely asked for people to come forward with more evidence, and we will look at it. And the evidence that we have.
I swear to God, Bobby, if you and that motherfucker work together, your sector is over. We need another fucking dynamic duo outside right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Salam alaikum, my beloved brother. You know what I mean? And salute Sean Prince. You know what I mean? But right now, you see what I'm on? Y'all see what I'm on? All right.
Was the same evidence that the Biden and Obama Justice Department.
This is Mac Mean True Story. My other channel's called Mac Mean TSTV, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what you're gonna find over there. Over here, we trying to get down to business.
And they determined, not me, they determined that information was not.
One's in the chat, if you're a real person, they say I got bots in my chat. They saying that the people that's conservative, the people that follow me in my channel is bots.
Chairman, he's not letting me even ask my questions.
You ask the questions, he gives an answer. You may not like what he says, but that doesn't mean you get to interrupt him.
Answering my questions.
Mr. Chairman, could we restore the gentlelady 45 seconds so she can
We'll give her additional 30 seconds, which is what I said
I'm going to keep taking my time. Because
you'll take the time that you get.
You are not answering the question. The question is...
I have you.
Left side. Y'all could feel free to type twos. Don't feel, compartmentalized.
Just don't like the answer.
Are these women credible? It's a yes or no answer.
I have answered the question.
Well, what is the answer?
Telling you, I'm the only FBI director that has welcomed new information in this case. This administration is the only one that has welcomed any new information in this case.
Is there a yes or no?
Present new credible information. Present new information.
Are the victims credible or not?
I'll tell you what happened in the last Trump administration.
Are they credible or not? You can't even say.
Credibly came forward, and you know what happened? President Trump authorized the indictments of Jeffrey Epstein, not Biden, not Obama,
President Trump
no one else.
called the entire thing a Democratic hoax. So I would like to ask
the gentlelady's time has expired. I gave her the additional 45 seconds she requested. The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from New Jersey is recognized for his 5 minutes.
If you would meet with the women who were sexually abused and raped and groomed at the ages of 14 and 16 years old. Are you going to come?
Okay, while this broad is up here yelling, we do have a request. All right. I don't want anybody to get offended. Somebody requested, somebody is, damn. They requested Tupac, yo. They want to see the Tupac, yo. I don't know why they want to see the Tupac, yo, but they asking for the Tupac, yo.
Up.
No,
are you going to continue to recognize the gentleman from New Jersey for his 5 minutes? Men,
don't tell me y'all want that Tupac, yo.
Including those that might be on this committee.
I can yell too, Mr. Chairman. I don't want to yell above this. The time belongs to the gentleman from New Jersey. I appreciate the gentlelady yielding back.
Mr. Patel?
Go ahead.
Will you allow them to testify to you, Mr. Patel?
Mr. Patel, thank you for being here. I know it's been an interesting and difficult 2 days. And I wasn't going to talk about the Epstein thing because there's a lot of other issues that affect the FBI.
Let me keep it real, man. Cory Booker, when him and Cory Booker clashed, oh, that's fire. You know, and everybody know, I don't, you know, Cory, I ain't gonna lie. Let's just say light skin, you know, light skin behavior. You know what I mean? I don't know, man, because I gotta be careful what come out of my mouth on this channel, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Oh, they be hunting me, bro. Oh, they be hunting me, especially that Hassan Campbell. He got a strike on my channel right now, man. He got a strike on my channel right now. Now, listen, Cory Booker and Kash Patel clash. This is going down in the books. You know what I'm saying? This is going down in the books, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get Booker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Patel, I want to start off with...
Hey, if you're new to looking at these congressional hearings, we always pull these up because to me it's entertaining, man. You know, I don't believe shit these people say, man. I only believe what I could see, what benefits the country. I'm not into that racist shit. If you're a hardcore American, if you like America, if you believe that it was a good look to regulate this country, send some of these wild, you know what I'm saying, the wild people, not the regular ones, back to where they came from. Type 1's in the chat. If you're on the Trump train, you support Trump, type 1's in the chat. If you don't support him, you feel free to type 2's in the chat. Everybody's welcome to think around here, okay? But I need y'all motherfuckers to stop fighting each other. All right? Stop fighting each other, man. Why these people was up here looking like they fucking wholesale cocaine.
I was trying to find some blow. Where's the fucking blow? Here's the fucking blow, baby. Here's the fucking blow, dude.
We keep it together. So we got to keep it together. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You see how fly these people dress? Oh my God, they be lacing their pockets off of this bullshit. Why do they dress up so fire, bro? It's like, yo, they going to the club when they go to these congressional hearings. It's an event, man. For real. It's ratchet, but they human. You know what I mean? They human. I would suggest you get into local politics and find out what's going on in your neighborhood, especially if you're in one of these cities where these little motherfuckers are chopping each other down. They skinny. Fucking legs looking like carrots running down. All black carrots because they got all black on. You know what I mean? With a Pooh Shiesty mask, Swiss cheese and everything up. Got no sense, no guidance, and none of that. So we need to be active. I don't care what you call yourself. You know, I would rather you be a conservative because there's not too many Democrats that I like. I'm going to keep it real. I tolerate them. I either love you or just tolerate you. You want to know why? Because I don't like somebody that likes just blurting out stuff that they heard, you know, with no research, especially if you got a family. I feel sorry for your mother.
Where we left off last time, I asked you whether you had...
Last thing, double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up.
Any knowledge or discussions about removing FBI officials and installing political personnel before you were confirmed to that position. And I wonder, did you?
Let me give you a spoiler. This is going to get super nasty. By the time they're done, they're going to be arguing, yelling.
Then understand or have conversations with the White House about the intentions to do so.
He danced like Carlton Banks.
Before I was confirmed?
Yes, sir.
Did I have discussions with the White House to remove FBI personnel?
Yes.
No.
So you're saying...
Thank you, John Doe. It's all a play. Jesus Christ.
That you had no discussions with the White House before you were in the position about the removal of any personnel from the agency.
As I was preparing for my confirmation hearing, I had numerous discussions involving the type of people that would be employed, and that those that were failing to meet the mark at the FBI would no longer be employed if I were
And I'm
confirmed.
assuming that mark had to do with loyalty to the Trump administration.
No, you're wrong.
Okay. I'd like to revisit another subject from that hearing. Did you testify? Excuse me, you did testify before.
The next video that I'm going to show you is of a black man. His name is Captain Tazariak. He said that God hates white people.
The grand jury, that President Trump had declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Is that correct?
I don't have the grand jury transcript. That's why I released it. Whatever it says is the best evidence.
That's what you said to Senator Whitehouse, that your grand jury testimony was publicly released. It has not been. In fact, in July, a court denied a news outlet's bid to get that transcript. But the court said quite clearly that you are free to discuss your grand jury testimony. So I ask you again, did you testify before the grand jury that President Trump declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified document case?
And that is why I took your invitation to work with the department and the court to have that
What's good, Leroy?
Transcript released. And the transcript is the best evidence of what
Eugene said. I get it. A L is getting what? A real burger, like another real brother list. I'll try to figure that one. I don't know what you're saying, Eugene.
I said that.
You're saying,
I'll rephrase it. If I say it again, I'm gonna read it.
Right now, this committee can have access to what you said before the grand jury.
To whatever was released. Under my understanding, Senator, that the Department of Justice.
You and I both understand the law. Let me finish. I understand under Rule 6 of the.
Okay, if Marianne, if you're still here, that's why I say it's ratchet. Just look at the address. Look how they speak to one another. In particular, Corey speaking to him.
Both understand the law. Let me finish. I understand under Rule 6 of
one of my baby mamas.
The Federal Rules of Procedure, a grand jury witness, in this case you, is not barred from sharing their grand jury testimony. This is an oversight hearing. This is germane to your integrity and credibility. You know right now whether or not you testified that President Trump declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Why are you refusing?
The paint con, Tavon, Buto killers.
To answer that simple yes or no question right now.
Because the premise of your question is inaccurate. And
there is no premise to my question, but trying to get to an order of what is truth or not.
How do you How do you know what was asked in the grand jury if you weren't there?
Mr. Patel, this is a mockery you're making of this hearing and simple questions.
It's a simple question. If you have
Mr.
a
Patel,
transcript,
during
you can
your
read
nomination
the question, but you don't have it.
You promised that, quote, all FBI employees will be protected against political retribution. When I asked you, are you aware of any plans or discussions to punish in any way, including termination, FBI agents or personnel associated with the Trump administration, you explicitly said under oath that you were not aware of any plans to punish FBI agents associated with criminal investigations of Donald Trump. I don't believe you were truthful. Firing FBI employees based solely on the cases that they are investigating, their case assignments, is illegal, and you know that. A new lawsuit that's been discussed numerous times, filed by 3 FBI officials, alleges that you carried out Donald Trump's campaign of retribution, in quotes, against FBI employees for, quote, failure to demonstrate sufficient political loyalty. One of those plaintiffs has been discussed today, Brian Driscoll. Now, we know 20 years of distinguished service to the FBI before you terminated him. Special agent in charge of FBI's Newark field office, where he operated with distinction. Medal of Valor winner, Shield of Bravery awards. He's a patriot. You terminated Driscoll via a letter dated October 8th, 2025, And in that letter, you said that you were firing him pursuant to Article 2 of the Constitution. Well, you're not the president of the United States. And so I'm wondering under what authority you were allowed to terminate him.
That matter is under litigation, and I'm not able to discuss it.
Okay, well, discuss this. Did you have discussions with Stephen Miller about firing this particular person or about his continuance in the FBI?
Not that I recall.
How often do you speak to Stephen Miller?
If you had to choose between flipping a house or flipping dirt, what would you pick? Here's the truth. Land beats houses every time. And I'm going to show you why inside of my upcoming 5-day challenge, where I'm going to teach you how to flip land the simple way and even partner with me on deals, right? So, hey, my name is Joe McCall. I've been doing real estate for years and years. I've done houses, rentals, leases.
Frequently on our Homeland Security task forces.
You frequently talk with Stephen Miller about subjects other than Homeland Security task force issues, correct?
I frequently talk to Mr. Miller about Homeland Security task forces.
Has Stephen Miller ever given you his opinions on how to run your agency?
Mr. Miller's interagency operations are invaluable to the FBI. That's what we talk about.
So you frequently discuss your job and your responsibilities with Stephen Miller and Pam Bondi, I imagine, as well.
Absolutely. She's the Attorney General.
Understood. Okay. Donald Trump promised to make us all safer. You have pushed out senior FBI agents with decades of knowledge and experience. In fact, this is the first time in FBI history that neither the director nor the deputy director have any experience with the FBI. You've shifted the agency's priorities primarily to pursuing Donald Trump's immigration enforcement agenda. According to ICE data, the Cato Institute, which is a conservative think tank, found that 20% of all agents have been diverted from their work to assist ICE immigration enforcement. 20%. Part of this operation is the work of mass law enforcement who jump out of cars, snatch people off streets at churches, schools, and their jobs and hospitals. Have there been any FBI agents who investigate crimes against children that have been assigned to immigration enforcement, yes or no?
The premise of what you say is entirely false.
Have there been any FBI agents who investigate foreign domestic terrorism?
You don't get to say America is not safer under this leadership.
I am not saying
America is safer because of the work of the FBI.
You're making a presumption of premise.
4,700 children.
Sir,
we have seen 6,000 weapons and 23,000 violent felons have been arrested.
FBI agents who investigate human trafficking have been reassigned to immigration enforcement. You are not denying that FBI agents who are on the task force that fight against Russian oligarchs have not been reassigned. Public Corrections Squad reassigned. People who defend us, defend children reassigned.
Blah, 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 blah.
Signed. You're not denying that. I've
FBI
seen you time and
agents
time
don't
again
get reassigned.
attack my colleagues' premises of questions as a way to not answer the question. So let me end with this. I believe you have made our country weaker and less safe. I believe that we are more vulnerable to a major event, and I pray to God it doesn't happen.
That's not what the numbers are saying, goofy.
You've gutted the Bureau of Institutional Knowledge and Expertise. You fired or pushed out seasoned FBI.
I kind of feel sorry for Kash Patel, man. It almost feels like he's not built for this position. You know what I'm saying? I rock with him, you know what I'm saying? But he's not good for camera.
Officials, many with more than 20.
Double tap the screen. Let me remind you to get the likes up or go to the top right, hit the 3 dots. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. You know what I mean? You might have not did it already. We do this every other day. You know what I mean? Or subscribe. Can somebody put my other channel in the chat real quick? Yeah, let's get to it.
20 years of experience. And we're
legislatively, he has done nothing. And he tore Jersey up.
Working on cases that were critical. You've been purging thousands of serious law enforcement officials who spent their careers keeping us safe, only to lower higher.
Thank you. The left are the ones that opened the border. They're the ones to keep the borders open. So it's so sickening that listen to this man sit here and complain about that shit that Trump is obviously fixing up and doing a very good job.
Standards in order to find anyone to replace them. And shockingly,
Eric Hubbard said Cory Booker is precise on the facts.
You admitted in this hearing to Senator Coons that it would take 14 years to fill the vacancies at your agency. Many are the result of your purge. 20% of FBI agents are doing low-level immigration enforcement instead of their mission-critical work. You've disbanded entire task forces that stop election interference, foreign influence, public corruption. And who benefits from this? Well, corrupt people benefit from it. Criminals benefit from it. Vladimir Putin benefits from it.
Uh-oh.
And it really makes me wonder who you're looking out for. It makes me think we can't trust you as a nation. You swear to release the Epstein files, but now you're withholding the Epstein files. You claim that you have a suspect in a serious assassination. Whoops, then you don't have a suspect.
Uh-oh.
You know nothing about plans to remove FBI agents, yet you're directly involved in those plans. In the words of an ex-FBI official, you are overseeing, and I quote, generational destruction of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. Mr. Patel, in just 8 months, you have assaulted the institutional integrity of the FBI. But I know FBI field agents. I've worked with them in Newark. No matter how truly bad you are, you can't undermine the legacy of agents who fight every day to keep us safe, but you can tarnish the integrity of the agency and undermine the agency's capacity. I believe you're failing as a leader, and that you're...
Okay, so he's just speaking feelings. He's just getting it off his chest. He probably puffed up for a whole month to get this shit off his chest, y'all.
Failure does have serious
typical coward
implications for the safety and security of Americans and our families. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to hand the bureau. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last.
Let me take that back. I don't think that he's a coward. Because anybody that'll go to Jersey and try to do anything in Jersey, they got balls of steel.
Oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long.
I mean, you smell what the Rock is cooking? Is he far from the truth? You know what I'm saying? I think that he's way off the mark. He's a piece of shit for even saying something and trying to plant that seed, right? But me personally, I don't think that Trump is that happy with Patel right now. I don't think so. You want to know why? Because aesthetically, he's just looking bad. Even if he's right and he's holding it down and stuff like that, he's getting beat up, man.
For your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you. I pray for you.
But I don't like this bald-headed Cory Booker 10 times worse.
That you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir.
Funny how when they talk, they never get cut off, though. Never get cut off.
Word.
That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about...
Look at that shit. Am I right or right?
Fighting this country.
It is
I
my
follow
time.
you on. Pray for you. I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
That's right. Fight back, Cash.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is
I
my
follow
time.
you on your social media posts that
It is
tear
my
this country
time
apart.
to address
There should be a
your
unifying-
falsehoods.
Oh,
You are an
you can try
embarrassment
all
to the
you
division
want
in this country.
to not take
It is my
responsibility
time.
for what
You
you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're
Your
making
You want to hear Cash talk? You just called him an embarrassment. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. Moderators, hold off for about 2 minutes in the chat. Let me just deal with them. Let me see what's in the chat. Double tap the screen. Get the likes up. Type ones if you're not a bot. If you're not a bot, somebody asked you earlier, if you're not a robot, if you're a real human with a real opinion and real fucking fire up in you, type ones in the chat. Spam this bitch. I don't see nothing but ones in the chat.
time is
mockery of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
you tell-
time is. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my time's over?
You may be the charge of the
I'm not
FBI,
going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you, sir.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman, point of order. Senator Booker, I announced at the beginning of this meeting that this back and forth talking over each other doesn't work. And I said, if that
No back and forth talking over each other. He clearly keeps cutting them off.
happened, I asked Patel not to respond, and I was going to give him some time after the senator's time was up to respond. And he has the privilege to do that uninterrupted.
Mr.
So
Chairman, one point of
go
order.
ahead, Mr.
I've
Patel.
watched him talk over us, and you've never once criticized him for us not even being able to get our questions out.
Well,
he has been rude and disrespectful.
That's a lie. That's exactly opposite of what happened, yo.
To senator after senator.
And when the senators were not giving him a chance to answer, I didn't stop the senator either. Go ahead, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the FBI, under my 7-month leadership, were failing this administration in this country, why do we have 23,000 violent felons arrested this year alone?
It's a pissing contest.
200, a double increase from that time last year. Why is it that we have seized 6,000 weapons? Why have we found 1,500 child predators and arrest them? Why have we 300 human traffickers in jail?
See, Major, salute, my brother.
Why have we found and identified 4,700 children? Why have we seen 1,600 kilograms of fentanyl in enough to kill a third of the American public, a 25% increase alone from last year? 88,000 kilograms of cocaine seized, 7,000 kilograms of meth seized, and that's just on our criminal operations in summer heat. How is it possible that we are taking 8 kilograms off the streets of the cities in New Jersey and preventing the deaths of 607,000 people this year alone, a failure of the FBI and my leadership? How is it that we have counterintelligence arrests already this year exceeding the numbers from the entirety of last year? 33% increase in PRC, 83% in Russia, 60% in the CI space as it relates to Iran, and we haven't even talked about CT, the southern border.
Subscribe to the channel, man. Get me to that 50,000, y'all. All right? Double tap the screen, get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Now, it says Tyler... He says that I interviewed the most racist black people in America. Now, I happen to know this guy. His name is Captain Cesariak. They're Israelites. I mean, back in the days, these motherfuckers here, man. Oh, baby. They used to make white people, like on 125th Street, lick their boots. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. I mean, like, it's okay to say black power. Don't say white power, though, in this country. It's over. Is the country racist?
God hates white people. He created them to be hated.
Oh, God. Double tap screen. Let's get the lights up.
Like, white people are a virus. The only way to get rid of it is the medicine. Real niggas are the medicine. You got a whip right.
You think this helps America?
Nah, yeah, this for you.
America being the place that you living in right now. You know what I'm saying? That America. That America. Little Mario in the building. Salute, little Mario. I ain't see you in a while, brother. I hope you're doing good, man. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you pass through.
When I see a white baby, I be like, he's gonna try to enslave my people when he gets older. The only thing that a white person could give me is their life.
Is he trolling?
Men and the women who profited off of our slavery, they're going to bow at our feet.
You'll kiss this boo right here.
One at a time.
Keep on coming, Mr. White Man. Everybody said that they love black people, but there's no action behind it.
Both of y'all sit.
These are the. Oh, you see how they go to the bottom? Because when the white person gets down, and this is an embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? When the white person gets down to go kiss their feet, and they go in to kiss the top of the feet, you would think, you know, kiss my Converse, Leroy, right? What he did, he kissed the top of Shogun's Converse. These ones, they want you to lick the bottom of their boot. You know what I'm saying? And there's really people that do it.
One at a time.
Keep on coming, Mr. White Man. Everybody said that they love black people, but there's no action behind it.
Both of y'all sit.
These are the Black Hebrew Israelites, a black supremacist group that
all over. You know what I'm saying? New York. New Yorkers know what it is. This is regular for us.
Hates white people and believes that they're the true Israelites.
No, I would tell you, I really hate white people.
But when the KKK comes out here and they say that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying this country is just crazy, yo.
I would tell you that.
But what other groups besides whites do they hate?
The dark race is the so-called African, who you would call the Nigerian, the Rwandan, the South African. They are not our people.
And do these beliefs actually come from the Bible? I met up with Captain Tazariak and his brothers mid-training session in Harlem, New York to learn more.
What you see?
Crazy. Crazy. All right. You know, that's crazy, Igorish. That's crazy, Igorish. Yeah. Oh, man. I got something else. Now, this is Officer Tatum. You know what I'm saying? I follow Officer Tatum. A lot of, there's some people that I rock with that like, oh, don't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that used to be Republicans and they come to me with this Republican shit, right? This was Officer Tatum's last interview with Charlie Kirk.
So many wonderful things with college outreach and the conservative movement all around the world, I would say. So my next guest is Charlie Kirk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of supporting my buddy Charlie, we made some shirts. 100% of the profit goes to the Kirk family. We're going to make sure we get it to Erica. There's no contesting that. We know them. That's our people. We got it. So you can reassure that when you purchase a product.
Because sometimes you need to see a black man speaking about this. For some reason, that's what they need. You know what I mean? I say you need God in your life.
God in your life. Fuck nigga, keep God in your life. Fuck nigga.
That's in the line of Charlie. It'll go directly to the family. So get you some merch, the I Am Charlie, and also the Charlie one that says We Are Charlie, and then the Freedom shirt are all available right now. Go and get it. Show your support to the Kirk family. And let me tell you just real quick why I started it is because I wanted to wear the shirt. I wanted to show support for Charlie. And I figured if other people want the same, you can do that. If you don't want any apparel, we also have a support link for you to donate. If you want to just donate money to the family, 100% of the proceeds go directly to the family. So we'll put that link in the description section as well. Show your support to the family.
That shirt is kind of fire he got on, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Rest in peace, Charlie.
Love them. His legacy goes on. God bless you and thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back for
I'm gonna lie. As many times as we covered Charlie Kirk over the years and stuff, the last thing I thought it was that he would get killed. But I did say the same thing about Candace Owens. I said, God protect them because they're going to be on this hiney.
Another interview here at America Fest, the biggest, the baddest conservative event in America, I would say in American history. I love seeing all the young people and all the people are standing around watching the interview right now, but I love to see all the patriots come from all over the country to be here. But my next guest is probably one of the smartest, if not the smartest person that I know, hardest working person that I know, and has done so many wonderful things with college outreach and the conservative movement all around the world, I would say.
Thank you.
So my next guest is Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, welcome to the show.
Brandon, God bless you, man. Thank you. And I want to reciprocate. You're very special. And we've been working together for a while. And Blexit is going like crazy right now. It is unbelievable. We're hiring more people and the outreach. And your and Candace's vision is growing by the day. Pierre's doing such a great job. You should be really proud of him. It really is great. So
Pierre's an incredible leader. And it truly is. It speaks to when you pour into people, when you have the ability or you have the experience and you've been able to grow and you pour into a younger person and watch it grow is beautiful.
It's amazing. Blexit is just getting started, man. It really is.
So Charlie, man, how does it feel being the leader in such an incredible movement across the country? I mean, in colleges and universities all over the country, I mean, thousands. I go to these universities. If it wasn't for Turning Point USA, we would lose our country.
Oh, thank you.
The young people, the next generation is, I think that almost the sole responsibility has been on the back.
All right, y'all know what part of the show this is, right? Everybody, but a dead body. Salute the 10 toes down, right? Put your favorite Tupac song in the chat. All right? Subscribe to the channel. We do this once in a while, 2-hour show, Sometimes we go into overtime. I don't think we're going in tonight. But tell me your favorite Tupac song. Quickly, in the chat. Go ahead. Anybody but a dead body. Favorite Tupac song in the chat, dear mama. That's a good one. I like that one. I can't stand BHL. It's such a heretical lie. BLM? BHI? What the Jews? It's a lot. No, it's a lot. Thug's Mansion. Hail Mary. I love the End of Time. Just there's so many Pac hits. Okay. When the homies call. When the homies call. That's the one I was looking for. Me and my what? Keep your head up. Don't it all sound like when you if you play the pause game, don't it all sound crazy? Oh shit. Nigga, how do you want it? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that to Ming. I'm not gonna tell you how Ming is the one that sent me this picture talking about he's trying to find a good example. He wanted to mimic somebody classic, and he said that he sent me a few pictures and asked me what I think. Hearts of men. When the homies call is uncanny.
Back of Turning Point USA to turn people.
Look, there's a lot of great people doing work out there. We work hard and we produce results. You know that, right? People say, what makes Turning Point different? We put in more hours, right? We do. And look, how does it feel? I'm humbled. Glory be to God. He has blessed this organization. He's had his hand on this organization. He has protected this organization. He has provided for this organization. And we're doing our best to be obedient and to do what he tells us to do. Deuteronomy 6:5, to love him with all of our being, our soul, strength, and mind, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do every single day at Turning Point USA. And look, right now, it says in Psalm 97:10, if you love God, you must hate evil. And there's a lot of evil to hate right now in this country. So, look, I'm just humbled. I'm blown away. I have to pinch myself, And this event especially, it's like a time machine because I see people that I remember 11 years ago when I used to meet at Wendy's and Denny's, and there was no Turning Point USA, right? And it was just an idea, literally on a couple pieces of paper. And it's just a testament, honestly, to this great country. I mean, we're living through tough times. The country's not in the place it should be. Our government is awful. But
man, he's a humble motherfucking dude, bro.
Turning Point USA should give a lot of people hope that big and beautiful things can still be accomplished.
Right, and I love that because big, beautiful, great things can happen even at a young age.
Yeah, amen.
Somebody like you can lead such a great organization as a young man. I mean, I don't even think you're over 30 yet.
I just hit 30. I'm going to retire soon. I'm getting too old for this stuff.
You're a veteran in the game now.
That's right.
But you inspire me, man, just like Vivek and some of the young generation of young men. Because I think men are important to take the lead, take charge.
100%. Look, I'm all for women empowerment and all that stuff, but we men have to lead. We
100%.
do. We're hardwired to lead. We're hardwired to hunt, right? And praise God that moms are stepping up and fighting. Praise God for all that. But honestly, where are the men? The conservative movement needs a core remnant of godly, high T, aggressive, entrepreneurial men.
Right.
We do, right? And
facts.
And I think that's
you don't need a bunch of Obama zesty pink Glock shooting, you know what I'm saying, gangsters.
What Trump embodies in some way is that he's the in a lot of ways, he's like the anti-feminine. He's the most anti-feminine like creation ever, right?
Right.
Big red tie, alpha posture, right? The movements, unapologetic about his wealth. Some people think it's too much, but what I don't think we ever talk about with Trump, one of the reasons why he's popular is that he's a throbbing masculine middle finger to a beta male culture.
Right. 100%.
Damn, that was deep. I didn't know you said that.
Much. But what I don't think we ever talk about with Trump, one of the reasons why he's popular is that he's a throbbing masculine middle finger to a beta male culture.
Right. 100%.
Beta male culture. Ooh, baby.
And like you said, we need
beta male culture. Salute to Mos Def. Used to be one of my favorite artists. Not so much anymore. Right. Excuse me, my bad. I forgot to tell y'all that we are now officially in the rabbit hole. I need everybody to put them carrots in the chat, man. Carrots in the charat is what I call it. Carrots in the charat. Okay, just type carrot. You'll see a emoji pop up. Especially you funky iPhone users. Y'all think them iPhones is good? Hey, yo, matter of fact, you know what? Let me run a quick because, you know, I'll be having by a show of hands. iPhone or Android? Put an I or A in the chat.
For men to step up. The Bible tells us,
amen, when
we look at it, you know, Christ is the head of the church.
And carrots.
But the man is the head of the household.
That's the buried lead of that verse.
Right, right.
If you're a die-hard iPhone, type I. And then I'm going to tell y'all why I asked that later. All right, I or A? Which one are you rocking with?
It's almost like an outlet plugging into a wall.
Or if you like both of them equally, you know what I'm saying? And you like to toggle between both. Type I and A.
If you're not plugging it into the wall properly, the electrical current cannot flow through. If you do not organize, you know, the family structure the way it's supposed to be,
right,
then God's blessing is not going to come through.
And look, this is, you know, the critics will say, you know, it's sexist. Look, men and women are wired differently. Our brains literally process information differently. We are much better macro thinkers than women. Women are better micro thinkers. And I'll prove it to you. You go to a dinner party,
but I ain't gonna lie. I can't do, you know, I used to be an iPhone user. Android way better now, man. Especially if you rocking the S24 like me, something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But, you know, iPhones, sorry, no.
Men will be talking about sports. They'll be talking about the stock market or politics. The women will be talking about conversations they had or how their kids are doing in school. And by the way, those differences are beautiful. Yeah. So who would be better equipped to cast a vision? The macro thinker or the micro thinker?
Right.
But you and I, we probably sometimes...
Okay, maybe that's too personal. Maybe that question is too personal for y'all, right? But look.
Don't get our details right. We're trying to save the world.
Praise the Lord, man. Praise the Lord. Okay.
We forget to tie our shoes.
Right, right.
And we need to admit that's something we as men don't do as well. But when you talk about saving a country, that's where the macro masculine energy is needed more than ever.
Thank you. Yeah. Saving the country, it ain't. You can't have no dudes wearing furry lavender Uggs with little toy poodles. No, we can't have those dudes doing that. These are all shots at Obama because Obama's the one that made all that cool. Back in the days, we made fruit punch. I don't know if y'all understand what that means, right? That means that a particular type of person would walk down the block, right, and he would get punched on.
You have a wife, I have a wife.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't say it was right. I ain't said it was right, bro. I'm just telling you a true story. All stories ain't true, but this one is. This is a door broken open by one Mr. John Smith. Kicked his wife's door open, right? Let me tell y'all something about John Smith. See his door? See the beautiful color of that? That's some young girl. Anyway, let me not do that to him. You know what I'm saying? He's already dying of misery. You know what I mean? This guy right here, I don't know if this was the guy. I'm not sold on this. Do y'all think this was the guy? Or do y'all think that this was a fall guy? You know what I'm saying? Is he a victim or a suspect? V or S in the chats.
We couldn't do what we do without them.
Greatest decision I've ever made in my life.
Praise God.
The best investment a man can make in his life is getting the right woman to be his wife.
That's right.
I have never seen growth like I have since I married Corinne. It's just God, and I think God anoints that covenant.
That's right.
It's biblical. And
it is biblical. And what people look, the family's under attack, and we need a group, and you're one of them. Vivek is another, where I see this kind of young 30 to early 40 group of young men. There's about 10 or 15 of us that are really kind of popping right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a lot of similarities, right? Boundary pushing,
right?
Rule breaking, right? Not afraid to be a little aggressive,
unapologetic,
godly,
right,
married, kids.
Yep.
I think you're onto something here.
Yeah, and that's in the DNA and the fabric of what America is all about. It's in the fabric of how we established. But I want to get to another subject because you go on college campuses all the time and have to deal with the craziness of what professors are doing and brainwashing young people. It's almost to the point where parents should be afraid to send their kids to these woke universities because you may lose them. You raise them Christian, or you raise
that ass, or they're gonna come home walking different.
Them in a household of faith and principle, and then they go there, they get around peers, they get influenced by intellects, and they become woke lunatics.
That's right.
What's your thoughts on the movement moving forward? Is there hope at the university campus?
There's absolutely hope with the students, and you do a great job, Brandon. You need to get a lot of credit. Your voice is so important, especially on this race stuff. It drives me crazy, and you are so good on it, talking about just the crime and the police stuff. You're just terrific. You're excellent. And by the way, that's a big topic on campus, as you well know, the BLM stuff, the CRT, DEI. But as far as with the students, yes. And so the way that I summarize Turning Point's campus mission is we are trying to execute a rescue operation of the students from the professors. I am not trying to save the institution.
Right.
I hope the institution burns to the ground. Right. I'm not here to try to make Harvard great again.
Right.
Okay. Or Cal Berkeley. They are soulless, godless institutions that really are terrible. So I'm here to save the students. So there's hope for the students. For the institution, I'm not so hopeful.
Young people, I had a few people I interviewed when I talk to young people all around the country. It seems that the younger generation, the generation younger than the millennials, Generation X, or is they called
Gen Z?
Gen Z. Yeah. I said X is older. Gen Z. It seems like they're more conservative.
They are, especially the young men.
It's almost like the pendulum. It's like a pendulum is swing, or ebb and flow.
Yes, but you deserve credit for this, Brandon. Joe Rogan deserves credit. Andrew Tate deserves credit for all of his failings, right?
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson, Matt Walsh.
Yeah.
There's this group of male influencers that are reaching 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old men, and the data is showing it. If this continues, young men could politically shock the world this coming November. It could throw off a lot of the Democrat get out the vote operations. They're used to young men voting 60, 70% Democrat. What happens if they vote 60 to 70% red? It cancels out all that young female, and you have near equilibrium. And that, if that happens, buckle up, baby.
I'm looking at the minority vote too. This time around,
I'm telling you, man.
Listen, I don't know a single person that's black that voted for Biden and is going to vote for Biden again.
I think there's an awakening happening.
It's inevitable though, because you can't use the rhetoric of this person's a racist, their tweets are bad.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Let's double tap the screen, get the likes up. If you're new, if you subscribe to the channel, God bless your soul. Hopefully I offend you very soon, sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to what Candace Owens said, because I want to get through the whole thing. I'm gonna just let it rock, and you know what I mean, let y'all tear the chat up. Salute to everybody. You're on the Trump train, type ones, but really just get the likes up, man. Go to the top right, hit the 3 dots. That's where it's at. All right, and subscribe.
But I've been very clear that we will be exploring every lead until we get a proper answer for what happened. And I think that would probably be an interesting one for the feds to
If y'all digging my background, man, type Y's in the chat.
Explore, because within 48 hours,
I hand make all this shit, the commercials, everything. I do the whole show, man. Everything is produced by me. You know what I'm saying? Even the mistakes. Salute to me.
I mean, was it 48 hours, Skylar? They decided to instead pave that area, repave it. Do we have footage of that? Here we go. Yeah, no, they kind of did the opposite.
And they're not hiding at all, yo.
Here, they paved it, and I feel like was a little soon. So I don't know if things can be unpaid. I'm sure they can, but maybe exploring a tunnel network would be a good start. And I will leave it at that before we get into the absurd. I didn't think it could be more absurd than last week in the manners that I have been attacked. But over the weekend, somebody reported me to the FBI and the CIA. And I'm not going to prison alone. I'm taking all of you guys. First, let me tell you guys about Preborn, because I've watched too many people who I'm close to be vilified for standing up for truth. I have felt the sting of injustice myself, but I've also felt something else, which is courage. I think everybody right now is feeling courage. And I don't want to be playing defense. I don't want to water down what I believe in to be palatable. Not that I've ever been accused of doing that. But it is true that silence is not kindness. Silence is consent. And right now, the greatest silence that is being had right now is around the lives that are ended before they even take their first breath. If we're going to call ourselves defenders of life, then we should act like it. That's why I'm asking you to join me to fight back with action, with truth, with love. Okay. The attacks against me from...
Don't laugh too much, Candace. Because they, you know, people are thinking that they're going to aim for you next, man. The last person they thought that was good. You know, the most you think was going to happen with Charlie at one of these turning points events is like what happened with Officer Tatum when he had to put hands on somebody. You know, something like that. But not unalive.
AIPAC citizens or Zionists are now bordering on the hysterical. I mean, last week was insane. I got to the point where I just Kanye shrugged. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say. But this was just so funny. I had to share it. I have been meaningfully reported to the
Talking about she compromised, just like I said with Kanye.
FBI and the CIA. And I want to be very clear. You guys are all complicit. Just this weekend, this is real. A real live tweet came from Laura Loomer, our resident psycho. She tweeted this. She's been attacking me nonstop. As part of her grift to monetize the murder of her quote unquote best friend, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens is selling a CIA line of merchandise that is called the Candace Intelligence Agency, which rips off the CIA name and logo. It is a federal felony to use the CIA seal without license. She then cites the code and reads it, sends a quote from it, rather, pulls it, and then says, "You are likely breaking the law with your CIA merch, Candace. The CIA can technically sue to get Candace to stop using their logo." It's really disrespectful to Charlie Kirk and the CIA. And then she sees and tags the director of the CIA. Now, as everybody who watches this show knows, we've been selling that merch since before Charlie got assassinated. So we just continued our show with the merch that we already sold for our show. Obviously, our parody off of the CIA, which is perfectly legal, obviously, was related to the fact that we're always investigating things. So don't let the truth get into your way when you're smearing somebody. But the audacity to actually tag the director of the CIA and ask us to go to prison or to get into trouble is just, I think it really highlights they're insane. It is just insanity. It is reaching new levels. I love the guy who then tweeted under her. This was so good. He just said, "Look at Amazon committing all of these quote unquote federal felonies." And then he says, "F Israel first." Laura Loomer has just
my bad. I didn't know I was on mute. Keep playing, and she's gonna be next. Cinderoni. I'm gonna tell you like this, right? They got a lot of bread, and I believe seeing that shit happen, that was like some Kennedy shit. I think that security is tightened up for anybody that was close to homie.
Little side note, and that he shows all the t-shirts on Amazon because, like, obviously you can buy yourself an FBI costume for Halloween if you'd like to. But that wasn't enough because last week was that insane. Like, they just tried to wipe away years of my life by pretending, completely fictionalized.
John Doe said, International Revenue Service. Did you mean internal?
Charlie and I had a breakup, right? Eric Bolling did this.
Because that's International Revenue Service. That's really what it should be. Because it's definitely not internal, man. Especially when you start bringing up the Russians' names.
He said, I don't know if he was even so.
AKA Putin.
Uber on that program because he said he hadn't seen me. This is Eric Bolling.
DMW shots. We full of mail with the Putins around here.
since 2015.
AKA putos. That's plural.
He interviewed me in 2020, so that was weird. But they were clearly, the call went out to just make up something that never happened. Never happened. I never had a falling out with Charlie Kirk. And so this guy.
Thank you. She just debunked what they said earlier in the chat, right?
Awesome Jew.
Double tap screen, get the likes up.
You, who I.
Whoa, man, amazing.
That international is what I meant. You know what I'm saying? International Revenue Service. I've never heard of it. I don't know if that's an agency or whatever. It sounds like a clap at the Internal Revenue Service. Either way, you know what I'm saying? Hit me. Put me on. You know what I'm saying? Hit me.
Heard was also in the Hamptons with Bill Ackman.
We had the 2-hour mark. I gotta get ready to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Or we had a lot of people answer that poll, man. It looks like the poll is split evenly. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool because you know you this is America. You're gonna have both of those polarities when it comes down to we're gonna always go down the rabbit hole, you know, with that right there. It's like asking people what's better, Coke or Pepsi. By a show of hands, Blizzard Man in the building. I like Coke. C for Coke, P for Pepsi. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to fight in this country with us. Motherfuckers in other countries like, what's that? Coke or Pepsi? Give me a drop of water and I'm happy. But for the shits and giggles, right? Get in the chat. Coke or Pepsi? C or P? What do you die hard about? Just like the iPhones and Androids. Some motherfuckers are still trying to put in cups with yarn in between it to try to make phone calls with each other. Yet we're in a country where we could argue about whose device to, you know what I'm saying, to talk. When me and Blizzard grew up, seeing somebody on the screen like in the Jetsons was a fantasy. Having food that you could just put somewhere and just pop out and be a whole damn meal, that was a fantasy. Flying cars, stop it. All that's outside right now. Now I'm seeing a lot of C's, couple of P's. Coke or Pepsi? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna show you how spoiled we are. And this country, man, this country, sometimes, man, you can get yourself removed from reality, you know what I mean? Like we start thinking that we should be against each other because this person says he's a Democrat or some bullshit, and this one is a Republican. Nobody gives a fuck. We care about character overall. Calico in the building, salute. Salute zero, baby. C's and P's, right? It's just that simple. We're in a privileged position to do whatever we want. Has black people been marginalized? In my opinion, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do we need reparations? Hell no. I think that's a no-no. Hey, yo, nobody I've ever given money to, constant. There's some people I fucked up some bags on. None of those people I've ever just kept giving money to ever did anything good with it. The only ones that did something good with the money is the ones that worked with me and earned it. Everybody else turned into a fucking bum. Okay? Anybody that got their fucking hand out all the time is what you call a bum. Not a homeless person, a bum. Because not all homeless people are bums. When you give something to a person constantly, you don't show them. You got to teach a person how to fish so they can feed themselves for a lifetime rather than give them a fish where they eat for a day. Why are we fighting to keep the projects up? Why are we not fighting to start big business? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. You can't let your skin color stop your flow. And I ain't talking about the acknowledge it. If anybody know me personally, they'll tell you what my mother is and how I grew up. We grew up in, I thought I was getting abused. You want to know why? Because my mother wouldn't let me wear Reeboks. And I wanted them shits because all you N-words had them. So I wanted the Reebok so I could look just like y'all. But my mother was in books. My mother was running around with Maya Angelou. You know what I'm saying? Toni Morrison. My mother's a stonemason. She went to school in London to learn how to chisel limestones, my dude. She worked for the biggest cathedral in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I've actually chiseled stuff that they put into that church. You know what I'm saying? Now, I remember going to when James Baldwin died and he was buried at that church, at this church, St. John the Divine Cathedral. At this time, they were still building it up. My mother is a stonemason, right? She's traveled the world, okay? Been everywhere, but we couldn't wear Reeboks. She never told us. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't drink Coca-Cola. You want to know why? Because Coca-Cola and Reeboks were supporters of apartheid. Anything that supported apartheid, we could not patronize. We could not wear it. You know what I'm saying? My mother got long fucking dreads and statues of black people around her house. This is how I came up. But one thing that, and to this day, God bless you, mommy, right? We have very, very, very adult conversations. And she's completely against my politics. But we sit down and we build. We build. And that's what something that a lot of y'all lacking, which is love. Okay? Love. Y'all might get it twisted. Y'all might think that because a lot of y'all that are not in tune with death. So you think that you think that hell is far away from you. You think that it can't touch you. See, me, I move around thinking about death all day. And I be thinking about what's going to get me to where I need to be. And I can only come up with one word. And I've been close to death so many times. And I only go to one word. Only thing that's going to save me, my wild card is going to be love. I'm talking some next level shit to y'all. I don't know what y'all think y'all out here doing. I think I'm going to die tomorrow every day. Y'all got to keep love in your heart, man. Let these fucking politicians tear each other up and look Iggerish as possible in these state Senate hearings and let them keep on making us smart. No matter what side y'all on, long as y'all getting what you need to get, which is a fucking clue. All right? The way them kids is doing to each other in these cities, you know what I'm saying? It made me want to cry because it's so normal. Meanwhile, we trying to get seen and heard. Charlie Clan thought death couldn't touch him. Maybe so, Calico. Maybe so. Well, you know, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Not who cares about your question, but you know what I'm saying? Who cares now about whatever he thought because he's out of here. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we could do is see what it means for each other personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't do nothing to me personally. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I think was a detriment against people, humans, period. Period. Y'all don't want to know how wicked I get because I'll smoke on packs. But that's me. I'm not leading the people. Okay? Double tap screen on the way out the door. I'm out. Peace.